Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Trade A381 coming at you with another Division 2 build video. Uh, Forgive my voice, I'm a little bit under the weather. Got walking pneumonia, so we'll try to walk through this one. Recently, I came out with a couple of videos saying that, I'm a little bit tired of, well, let's just break it down. PvP right now is a little bit broken. Uh, Not even a little bit, it's a lot. It's almost unplayable for random players. So, but the one build that I said that I was going to try to work on, promised y'all like 2 months ago, was that anti-bonk build. And I'm going to come over here to the lab with Anaya. We've been working pretty hard, and this is what we came up with. So this is the Catharsis Armor Regen build. Now I just now put this one together, and I tested it out yesterday, and ran across one bonk build. I put that video up later, but it's three-piece Gilligard, one Murakami, Catharsis, running armor regen on every single piece. Yeah. And if you don't know, the Gilligard three piece gives you that 2% armor regen. Murakami gives you that 1% armor regen. And the Bellstone armor gives you a 1% armor regen. I'm running it with Adrenaline Rush to get that bonus armor and Unbreakable. Now, I was thinking about running Efficient. And if I ever get a perfect Efficient, I'll swap these two pieces out, get a Gilligard with armor regen and put the perfect Efficient there. Or I can run two-piece Golden Gear, like on the mask and the knee pad to get the 1.5% versus the 1% here. Yeah, because I think that Golden Gear two piece gives you 1.5. Or you can run it with the Ninja Bite Bag with two-piece Gilligard, you know, here and here, one piece Golden Gear, and then you can rock the Murakami. You can get it all, which I think I did that.
I should try making leather. It can't be that hard.
Why was I running that with? Yeah, my bad. Okay, so back to the point at hand. And so the reason why I was running this one is the armor regen is really efficient for going up against a bulk build. I also run it with the chem launcher, the reinforcer chem launcher. The way it works out is when they're trying to run around and hit you every single time. The whole point behind the bulk build is to make sure that you don't ADS. That's their bread and butter. If you can't focus on them in ADS, they can hit you every single time. So with this build, and if as you can see, I run it with the test subject and the striker drone. So what I do is once you locate the bunk bill user, you pull out your drone, you catch their attention, and then you let the drone do all the work. And while they're running around doing all that, the drone is pretty much firing on them the entire time. And this is just an annoying build. You can survive it. Every time they hit you and take your armor off, you just like bow. You do one of these numbers. With this build, it's not like 100% perfect. You can run around and fight two and three agents, but once they purely focus you, you're not going to be 100%. Uh, it's not 100% guaranteed survival. Put it that way. But if you're focusing on just the bunk build player themselves, they can't kill you, no matter how hard they try, uh, because that armor regen is pretty good. Like if you see, I put it on here, then I'm sitting here getting my armor back. I'm dropping my med kits. I'm just running around. letting that armor regen work itself out. And every time I take a fire, sometimes the catharsis procs, and then you have that catharsis along with this. As you can see, it takes like 6 seconds for it to go from 0 to 100% bonus armor, and they're hitting you the entire time. So you're running around them just like they're running around you. If you don't want to use the test subject, you can use the capacitor. The capacitor strengthens the striker drone. If you don't want to use that, I suggest you swap over to a shotgun. Now I don't like using that shotgun. Honestly, I'd probably use this one. That way you can get a quick burst of shotgun damage, and then you get one clip reload back to 20. Quick shotgun burst, back at it again. But the whole point behind this build is just to annoy the crap out of the bonk build players. The way they annoy you. Um, I do have some gameplay footage that I'm gonna post after this, but you got to forgive me because I just put it together and I was talking to my clanmates and I was having I was having a little fun with it, you know. But and like I said, this build actually does work. It actually gives you that survivability. The bonk player will pretty much be fired up. They'll drop their hide. They'll do whatever they can, and no matter how much they do, if you just are playing just against them or another player who's shooting you in the back, you have pure survivability. But that's the build in a nutshell. Like I said, it's the catharsis. I might change that for something else. No, I hadn't figured out what just yet. I might find a way to sneak in a skill tier somewhere. But I got this idea from the bulk build players themselves. They run those high armor regen builds so they can completely get theirs stacked up. I run the firewall specialization just like they do. Uh, and I'm just running around them doing the exact same thing. Instead of using the Lady Death claws out, nah, I'm just running around them, hitting them with a striker drone. And if you got a good team, they notice that you got that guy occupied. They're either going to help you out or they're going to go for the other players. And the beauty about this build is actually pretty efficient against these skill build users, the ones that are plaguing the dark zone and conflict right now. Like skill builds are ridiculous. Now, here's the caveat to a lot of the builds that I've made in the past, because the dark zone and conflict, they have removed the expertise, which I think expertise was fine the way it was, but a bunch of players who aren't above 2,000 are complaining just because they feel like there's no way they're going to get theirs up to 25, so it's an unfair advantage. It is what it is. If you just joined in and into the game and you aren't there yet, but you want to do PvP, that's not the players who have been in here for a while's fault. That's just the nature of the beast. No one goes into a game like what, what you do factions in The Last of Us. You and the game's been out for 10 years, and you go in there now, and you're level 1, and you're going up against level 99, 99. That's not their fault. That's yours. But also, they removed the watch from conflict. So in here, you don't have your headshot damage, your crit chance, which is I think is like 10% on each one. You don't have your skill haste, repair skills, none of that. But the biggest difference is the explosive resistance, the hazard protection, the total armor, and uh, but like I said, that little bit that became a huge difference because I came out with 100% hazard protection build a while back. But since they removed some of the bonuses that we were getting, I'm no longer 100%. So I have to go in there and figure out where the minuses come from to adjust what it is. Because if anybody's been in the dark zone or in PvP recently, it's it's getting insane because now players are running firewall specializations with the or not firewall.
Good to
They're
see you.
running the iron long with whatever that new Firecrest 2.0 is with that fire turret and the incendiary sticky bombs and hives. And the thing is like these things are ridiculous. Anybody who complained about the same Elmos, like think about it this way. At least with the same Elmos, you have to land 70 shots to get that shock ammo. But with the iron long, you just have to heat up the magazine and then you set people on fire. And that fire lasts in conflict. That fire it feels like it completely eliminates your armor. And then they're running it with the biomass, so you can just but the point is that you don't even have to land your shots to get the fire bullets. You just have to start shooting, and then next thing you know, they're on fire. So if you were complaining about the same Elmos in that sense, y'all got it nerfed. Now we got something worse. So thank you. You know, I don't know who thought PvP these new updates to PvP was good, but they haven't actually been playing it. If that's the case, and with the removal of the watch, now the the debuff the nerf that they did to the the hive and all that good stuff, it makes no difference because they also nerfed the watch. So now it's like they weakened the players and left the skills the same. So now we're getting all kinds of damage from fire, hives, the sticky bombs, the seeker mines. So pretty much PvP has turned into crap. And now, I mean, like I put a video out a while back that this is why I quit doing PvP. It's because now players are solely reliant on their skills and what talent they can get procced to get the easy win. And nobody's actually shooting their guns in PvP anymore. It's it's kind of it's frustrating because what's the point of having all these new weapons out if nobody has the ability to ADS anymore because they're on fire or they're bleeding or they're foamed or some random ridiculous status effects that takes the ability away to ADS. And for those that don't know, ADS means aiming down scope. Um, but once again, like I said, I'm sitting here just randomly talking. But the point is that if you haven't seen the bonk build, it's pretty much where I have to remove my I have to remove my directive in order to show you what it is because I have it. I've never used it. Just like there are certain things that's out there. I got them and they're just collecting space in my stash. Uh, but just like the lady death is never in my inventory. It's a stupid gun. It's short ammo and run around just to have the ability to gain that additional uh, damage to armor. But I'm just gonna pull it out just to show you. Like, see, it's here. Each round power consumed stack, amplifying your damage by 75%. I mean, it's a gun that allows you to just run around and do it just to do massive damage. Now, could that work with this build? Absolutely. But it's a cheese. But here's the claws out. You see, I got one that is just sitting there, and I could easily put it on. I really could. But this is just to show you exactly what it does. Players are running around with high armor regen, right? They'll put on that along with the. Oh crap! So they'll put this on, and then they'll run at you, and then they'll do that. They'll pull the shield out, but the problem is when they pull the shield out, they're swinging at you too. So you're getting this weird thing like that. So they're getting the melee damage from the Lady Death and the Crusader shield and the claws out, and it is chunking armor off of you. I want to see if I can mimic it out here in the open world. Show you how stupid it is. But the whole point about this build is that if you can take away the player's ability to ADS, they can't hit you. And if you got armor regen on, it's any damage that they do to you becomes negligible because you're getting it right back, and they're getting right outside of uh your field of view. I do not want to take on that. I just want a small group on the street. So if you can't ADS, they can't, and then you can't damage a player, and but they can chunk damage off of you 100%. And the players that are surrounding them are doing all kinds of ridiculous damage to you. So in the end, they end up winning out solely off of that.
It's us or them. They're creeping up on me. Get out now. Not sure about
You see
anything.
that 500 and whatever percent damage, they'll get rid of the shield and do it again.
Covering. They're outside it. They won't get another chance.
I'm pretty sure I'm not running it like 100% correct.
Just gonna hide behind that. Finish 'em.
Like do you see, like that was a heavy, and look at, I barely lost any armor. Now imagine that damage if you're running a 2 million armor, 4 hits, and you're gone. And that's the build that pretty much they are running in these games, in conflict, which is making it so hard to do. And then, so they're getting out of your field of view and popping you.
Get out of my face. My
They're
turn.
popping the shield and they're swinging at you at the same time. That was 1.7 million
That's it,
damage
right? Why couldn't they leave us
based
alone?
on that. In one hit, it was 1.7 million. So that's the problem with the Lady Death clause out there when you're doing it in PvP. And for those of you who are sitting there saying, "Why are you complaining about it? It's a good thing." Is it really a good thing when that is the point and that is the build in itself is just to run up and just run around and hit people? There's no counter to a melee. Period. Especially when you're running hazard protection and all this good stuff. The only thing you can do is hope that one of your somebody with an all red build can beam this person while another person is occupied, which is the point of my counter. Run the exact same thing that they're running, but the only difference is that I'm not running the claws out or the lady death. I'm just getting the armor regen and I'm annoying you about as much as you're annoying the other person. Stacking up some heals, running around in my healing cloud, and doing what I can. I don't drop a hive. I believe the hive is the dumbest skill that they could put in this game. Whoever thought that was a great idea in PvP, I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say because it's very negative. But it's not a good idea in PvP. I think a better idea is, let's be real, remove all skills. I mean, every single one of them. Remove all skills, remove all backpack talents, remove all chest piece talents, remove all gear set talents, and make it just about you and the gun. Period. Because the multitude of combinations and stuff that's out there right now makes it too easy to exploit something. And no matter how many times the devs try to fix it, they can't because there's too many combinations going on. So just cut the losses, make a conflict without anything, any skills or something like that, just or any talents being procced, and that'll make for a better conflict or better PvP. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. They're the ones who don't think that are the ones who are using these things and exploiting them because that's what they're doing. They're fluffing their clans the leaderboard because they're running around as a group doing exactly that. One or two bonk builds with somebody using status effect and the other person is using pulse, artillery turret, whatever it is. Those are the things right now to get the win, so their clan can be at the top of the leaderboards. None of them actually truly got skills by themselves because if you see them by themselves, they're running the bonk build or the artillery turret and they're hanging back because they're not with their clan. And when you run through them and their team, when you see them again, they're in a four stack because they got pissed off and they sent the friend request out because they can't solo
I could
conflict or
really find time
PvP.
to clean and oil these tools. Don't want them
If
to
you
get
watch any of
messy.
my videos, I think I got one video where I'm in there with two of my clanmates, but other than that, I'm solo in there by myself. If I lose, I lose. I win, I win. But that's how I am in the lab. I'm always coming in here and saying, "What can I use?" Now, honestly,
Need help
the
crafting
the
something?
iron lung is a bit of a cheese for me. If I would use anything, it would probably be the lefty with either the capacitor or the Scorpio. And or if I didn't want to go with any one of those, I'd go with the shield splinter. But the point is, I'm trying to boost the damage that my striker drone can do when that bonk bill player pops out. But here you go. Here's the bill. Uh, if you want to use it as a template, go in and I challenge any YouTuber who will watch this video or any of you who watch my video and watch somebody else post this video into their message board. I'm
Nice to see
challenging
you.
any one of them to come up with a bonk bill counter and show that it actually works. Don't just put one up there and be like, this is a bonk bill counter. I want to see it in action because after this video, I'm going to turn back around. I'm going to wait 6 hours and then I'm going to post a a video of me actually using this particular build and actually running across a bonk build player because he was real pissed off. I think I put it on because him and his group was running two skill builds and they were just throwing out nothing but hives and hitting us with sticky bombs and the Kim launcher with the 5 starter Kim launcher. And I got a little bit tired of it, so I put this build on and just ran up on them. Because the beauty of this build is when you get hit with a sticky bomb right up on the skill build player, it'll blow up in their face and they will die with it
You need help with something?
from their own fire. So they got pissed off and he put the bomb build on and he kept running up on me, but he couldn't kill me. And then I think he ended up like rage quitting because he couldn't kill me. But this is the build. Let me know in the comment section what you think about it. Honestly, I can't remember what gave me this idea. It was, I want to say it was an actual player that I ran across in conflict. It wasn't on YouTube, but either way, because it was on YouTube, I shout out whoever it was. But it was a player in conflict. He was running a build similar to this, um, and I was like, you know what? That would be nice. And I took one piece of his, which I think was the Murakami. It was a Murakami and the catharsis mask that he had on that made me sit there and think about why is he still up. And then I said, all right, that along with the bonk bill player, I took a little bit of theirs and I said, I'm just gonna flip it on you. And I was like, what's the best way to go up against them? Using something where you don't have to ADS and it will automatically shoot. Now, if you want to, you don't want to use the heals. I suggest using a turret as well. And when they run up on you, you just drop the turret on the floor and then pull out your striker drone and let both of those do the damage. You just run around in circles on them,
I see you,
and
AJ.
I can promise you, you will survive. They you can't ADS, but they can actually bonk you as well because you're too busy moving. And even when they do get a bonk off, you're getting that little bit of health back in no time. And the way it works in PvP is you get 50% of this back. So I went from 1.9 to 2.7. So you're truly running with 2.7 million armor when it's active. And then if you get to the point to where your unbreakable goes off and you're getting jumped, take off. Literally, just take off. Start running around. Go,
Good to see you.
you know, giving them hell, trying to catch you. By the time they finally catch back up with you, your armor is repaired and you are halfway through your unbreakable again. Which is why I run that chem launcher because I just run around just in my cloud. Uh,
Crafting something?
all right, this video has run into 30 minutes. I wanted to make it short, but I wanted to show you the claws out uh, video and how it worked. But this actually does amazing when you're running up against a bonk bill player. They get angry. They get angry real quick, and they make it a mission to just locate you. And then and if they're communicating with their friends, they are calling saying, "All right, that's the guy right there. We're gonna focus him," and they will strictly focus you. When you start seeing the pulse, like I think what I would do um, is probably run a pulse resistance on here somewhere. But with the removal of the watch, my pulse resistance is pretty much down now. I'm not sure how much the pulse resistance is, and I'll have to look into the update and see what they remove from conflict. But running on a little bit of pulse resistance would be nice too, because that'll eliminate the flatline vigilance spotter uses from ADS and U. Uh, but yeah, like I said, this is the build. Take a picture, make a template. Everybody, I challenge y'all to go out there and make something as a walk build counter. Uh, other than that, y'all take it easy. It's your boy Trey Day 381.